welcome to another edition of RCE. Again, this is Brock Palen. You can find us online, subscribe to the podcast, RSS feed, and all that other fun stuff at rce-cast.com. Also, if you could leave us a review on iTunes, that definitely helps for getting the word out for other people who may be interested in the kind of material that we offer. Also, iTunes only shows a certain number of back episodes. The entire back catalog is available at the website. So again, that's rce-cast.com. Today I'm flying solo, actually, so we're going to roll right into our guest. Today we're going to be talking about Elmer, which is a suite of scientific tools. And so I have with us three developers of Elmer. So guys, why don't you go ahead and state your name and give us a little bit of background.
Okay, hello, my name is RÄback. I'm developing Elmer since 2001. I'm a physicist in background, and let's say my special interest lies in solution of multiphysical problems, and there I have made most of the contributions.
Hello too, my name is Thomas Zwinger. My background is physics and mechanical engineering. I work here at CSC as a senior application scientist, and I mainly do applications of Elmer either in microfluidics or in geophysical problems, mainly in ice sheet, glacier flows, and micrometeorology.
Hello, my name is Mikko Byckling. I'm an application specialist here at CSC. I've been working with Elmer for a couple of years now. My background is from computer science and from mathematics, and so like my specialty is numerics and HPC in general. So I'm more like a helper for the physicist here.
So real quick before we go into Elmer, where and what exactly is CSC for people who don't know?
Well, CSC is sort of the National Supercomputing Center in Finland, and we have lots of other activities as well, but for maybe your audience, this is the main activity, and then Elmer software is then a natural companion to this supercomputing activity.
Okay, so can you give us a little bit of overview? What exactly would you say Elmer is?
Well, I would say that Elmer is a multiphysical finite element software suite. It comprises of several parts. So we have a solver, we have the GUI, and even a post-processor. And it's both for end users, but you can only also use it as a library if you are developing your own models.
So how exactly, give us a history. How did you guys get started down this path of making this package? Also, there's a number of other, solvers out there. Why did Elmer get started?
Elmer actually got started in 1995 as a part of a Finnish national program in computational fluid dynamics, and at that time there wasn't really open source tools available, so it served then a special purpose nationally, but later then we went open source, so maybe my colleagues can contribute.
I step in. So the open source step was done in 2005, where it was released under the GNU Public License 2. So officially the release was GNU Public License 2 or later. In 2012, if I recall correctly, we made a small adjustment to that in that sense that the Elmer solver library, so the solver suite itself, was published under the LGPL, such that commercial codes or applications could plug into it. One major step in between, I think we should mention, was that in 2008 we added the Elmer GUI, so the graphical user interface, which is based on a Qt library, to the package. It was a step taken in order to make it more popular, more easier to use for beginners, so to increase the learning effect with Elmer. And from my point of view, personally, I want to add 2012, where we officially established the Elmer ICE package, which is an add-on package for a huge scientific community of Elmer, the glaciologically inclined community, which deals with the simulation of ice sheets and glaciers, which is very, very important for climate research nowadays.
So you mentioned there's a library in the GUI. Do you have your own language in the GUI, or how exactly does one kind of program the GUI?
Well, the GUI is quite lean, so it's maybe 20,000 lines of C++, and it's programmable in the way that you can define the menus using XML files, but Elmer doesn't really try to be something like FreeFrame++ or any code where you could sort of write down your own equations, so you have to sort of still do a little bit of programming if you want your own equations put in.
Okay, and then Elmer itself, what's the primary language that probably the primary library and solver is written in?
Well, most of the packages or the internals are written in Fortran 90 or later, and then with some added C parts due to some legacy code, mainly and mostly because at the time that the software was written, you couldn't really load shared objects with Fortran. So there are some C layers there for doing these things, and this was for the solver part, and for the GUI part, that's just C++ mostly.
Okay, so if I'm developing an application and I want to use a routine from the Elmer library, am I restricted kind of in the languages I can call it as, or are there bindings for things like Python or other higher level languages or alternative languages to Fortran?
Well, currently we don't have an API for calling the routines from anywhere else than Fortran, but this could be quite easily actually added. We are actually now doing the ISO-C bindings for generally it's like just cleaning up the code and using ISO-C bindings there. So you could actually quite easily add ISO-C bindings for external calls from C or from Python.
If I may add to that, so there is a internally developed language, if you want to say so. So it's called M.Sc, which enables in the solver input files, so in those files who define the runs, to program simple mathematical context there. Not much difficult things. If things get a little bit more difficult, we recommend that you start writing a Fortran routine, which very easily can be dynamically linked to the system.
Okay, so in terms of the actual programming model, is this code parallel capable? Is it serial only? Is it MPI capable? What's kind of the focus of the type of solvers it has?
Well, I could say that mostly the parallelism comes from MPI, so it's a distributed memory code in that sense. Lately, a lot of threading features have been added with OpenMP to the code, but that's still in development. So it's mostly MPI.
Are those threaded features meant to do like hybrid mode using threads on multi-core processors and also combining it with MPI, or is it currently kind of one or the other?
Well, our target is hybrid.
So something that probably slides in here, is there any work to enable the use of accelerators, GPUs, OpenCL, Xeon Phi, anything like that with Elmer?
Currently, Elmer cannot really use any GPUs or accelerators. But as for Xeon Phis, we have actually ongoing work with this, and actually CSC just recently, this was made